So hello everybody, and this is Taker, and we're in a game in the Waffenträger aus Panther 4. Now this is stock Waffenträger Panther 4. Now there's two options you can have when you're stock: the Borsig 150mm gun or the 128. Now I haven't bought the 150 because although I like it on the Borsig, but then I feel like I would rather have accuracy on this one because, you know, after all, you're not so invisible anymore. Although you're still kind of OP in the term of camo rating, but then I just choose that. You know, I want to be more budget, more of a budget guy. You know, I don't want to spend too much ammo on heat and etc. So therefore, you know, that's what happened. So if you were paying attention in the beginning of the game, the AMX 1375 tagged me and said, "Follow me," and there goes the rage in the comments. He goes, "Oh, why did you not follow me down there?" And I was like, I'm not that quick to shoot wherever you spot. And he goes, "Oh, get a better engine then." Is he retarded that he thinks that I can get a better engine to speed up like him? It's Waffenträger aus Panther 4. And the thing is, why the hell does he drive, you know, beginning of the game, before anyone gets into any sort of camping location, he gets right down there, charges right down the hill into the enemy formation and suicides, and he blames the rest of the team for not shooting them. Now that is a stupidity on this. That is just not just stupid. That's retarded and also ignorant and also yeah, just really retarded, more retarded than most people. Anyway, so the Waffenträger aus Panther 4. Do I like it stock wise? Well, I haven't got the Jagdtiger gun yet, and I have to say I think it is a fantastic tank, even stock. I mean, I'm happy to grind the Waffenträger E100 even with this gun, because you can see I'm punching through their armor without much problem, especially when you shoot tier 8. Now, look, just check out this rate of fire, 9.5 seconds. The problem with this gun is that you have another gun, the famous Jagdtiger gun, which is, well, this is actually historically the Jagdtiger gun, but in the game, of course, the Jagdtiger gets a different gun when it's top tier. Now the gun depression on the front is horrid. You really have to expose yourself and quickly get a snapshot and get back into cover. Now that, looking back at that, that could be really dangerous, because this tank does not have any armor and you would never get a bounce from it. The only sort of non-penetrating hit would be if it hits your gun, your tracks, but otherwise it just depends every time. And people load HE is gonna wreck the shit out of you. And, you know, this tank, you really have to stay behind. You can't play aggressive like the old Borsig anymore. The Borsig also, you shouldn't play aggressive. You could if you had a 150mm with some supports behind you. You just derp them and just come back and cover. But story has changed when you get to tier 9. Stock wise, as I said, this gun is perfectly adequate for a stock grind. There's no reason for you to spend free XP unless you just want a stat pad on this tank, get one of the best stats out of your tank, and you don't want stock grind. And that, I have no idea why that bounced on a Type 61. You must be serious. And I shoot him a second time. That time, third time, I think, I finally hit him and does damage. Now you can see just the rate of fire on this is pretty fantastic. And that shot was a bad shot in my opinion. Should have aimed to the right, and I missed. Now, why do I not have binoculars? Well, for one reason is that when you're not camping and you're sometimes in close quarter combats, you have to drive your tank backwards out of a building or out of cover, derp them in the face, go back into cover, and that way you have the potential to go bam, just the second you fire, you get spotted, but then by the time he sees you ranks, you're back into cover again. And that's a really good way of using this rear mounted turret, you know, and you don't have time if you pop out around a corner and set up your bino. So therefore I use coated optics, but you can choose the other one if you wish. In my opinion, I would personally use the coated optics, or if you really want to have both, but I'm not recommending that. I really can't wait for the Jagdtiger gun, Jagdtiger's top gun, because that 128 is truly devastating. It is not a joke anymore. Although this one, although the gun is not it's the world's best gun, but then at tier 9 it's still better than a lot of other tanks, and it's certainly suitable for tier 9, as I said before. And you remember that this tank has higher damage than most tier 10s. Well, exclude like the the E100, etc. Your stock gun on the Waffenträger does more damage than most tier 10 heavies, so therefore the stock grind, as I said, is very good. But when you come from the Borsig, what you have to know is that this tank is kind of different. You play it really differently. You get rear mounted gun, and you have to drive reverse wise to get the best gun depression out of the deal. Now I still think that the Waffenträger the Borsig actually is better than the Waffenträger aus Panther 4 tier for tier, but there's a big but. I don't want to play that tank anymore, because I feel it's a bit too overpowered. After I do the grind, I feel like, you know what? No, not those tanks again. They're just too OP. And slams a shot, and that's what you have to do. Slam a shot, get into cover. Now the Lorraine, I know that he can clip me so easily, so I'm in a sticky situation. So what I can do is to shoot him, get into cover. Because I have a rear mounted turret, I can do this, and he cannot fire through the building, wasting his shells, and I get the kill on him. Now you can see that if I was in a Borsig, I have to drive out, expose extra space in the tank to get a shot on him, because that the gun is mounted in the middle, not on the back. So you do get the pro size of the rear mounted turret, and yeah, I get the kill there. I'm on 5 kills. Now it's only a matter of time before we win. But before I got those kills, it was pretty tight, to be honest. But then, when you have most of your health, you're still pretty much in control of the game. The Centurion there, really have to aim, gets a shot there on target. Now, as I said, this thing really loses its hit points really fast. So therefore, you should conserve your hit points as much as possible. And can we get a finishing shot on the Centurion 701? The answer is yes, and there's some sort of delay there. I have no idea why. And okay, it seems like the guy in the beginning of the game, the T28 prototype, goes, "Oh noob, one-sided moron." He's on 0 kills and he's camping at the back, and he's no use to the team anymore. And I just missed the timing on that shot, and I could have got myself a Radley Walters with the stock gun. And I'm not going to show you the after game stats, because it's just a review just about the stock gun of this tank, how it is performing, and how you're going to spend 60,000 XP grinding using this gun, or the 150. It's not bad, but I recommend the 128 millimeter gun, simply because of the fact you get more reliable DPM rather than the holy derp, which is only workable in close ranges. And yeah, so that's really why. And I got unlucky bounce. If I was just using Jagdtiger gun most of the time, I could have penetrated him with relative ease. Now, slams a shot in there, and I missed the target. Now that was a true goal shell. I get out after I'm not spotted anymore. I go back, and I think he was there, so I slam a shot there. And the Type 61 camping at the back. You can really understand why they're crap players, because they really don't know what the hell they're on about. And I have no idea what the hell is the ISA capping for. And when I was there alone, capping the cap, putting pressure on them, what the hell was he doing? Nothing, just watching me. And Centurion is now getting pissed off in chat. And to be honest, I was slightly pissed in the beginning when, the AMX 1375 and the T28 prototype were like, oh, noobs, this is how you play World of Tanks. But, this is not World of Noobs, this is World of Tanks. And therefore, you do not do something retarded as that and expect to win the game. And I believe that AMX 1390 really lost a lot of, well, he didn't really gain a lot of XP, and he probably lost his doubles. And yeah, Type 61 gets the finishing shot, 6 kills, I believe 5,000 damage, maybe a few blind shots, and yeah, I have to say this tank stock wise is pretty interesting. I just want to say that look forward to this tank. Don't think, oh, should I get the Waffenträger as Panther 4 in a hurry when I got the Borsig? Well, the answer is you should. And you should keep the Borsig as well. But then the Waffenträger as Panther 4 is certainly pretty fun to grind to the Waffenträger E100. And at the moment, this line has been incredibly fun. The only few bad tanks I played is the PZSFL5, but then it can be fun when you use this gun on it and just devastate your tier 6-5 opponents. And that's all for today. And remember, you can send in your replays because I'm not playing the game anymore until Christmas probably. So therefore, you can feel free to send your replays to me, and I'll probably show it onto YouTube.